recalled. The fjords are sharp, the sky is tall, but something in me has been remade by every single note I played. I carry India in my chest, a heartbeat that will never rest. I carry Armenia in my breath, the sound of learning to accept. China in my hands, the flow that nothing commands. I carry Persia in my stand, the patience of the desert sand. They all walk with me now, you see. They are not instruments to me, they are the people I have been and all the places I have seen. A younger man, a different plan. He thought he'd find a sound to bend the gods to his will before the end. I wanna tell him what I know, that gods don't bend, they only grow. And if you let them, they will show you that the bending was for sure. Someone else, I am the space between the notes, the silence that compels. The instruments upon my back are lighter than the air, because the weight is not the pack, the weight is what I carry there. He touches his chest, and what I carry now is not a sound, a skill, a note. It's every place I stopped and fought, and every place I simply long pause. Was carrying it home, carrying it home. Not a thing I own, but a thing that has grown into the marrow of my bone. I left alone, I wandered far, I followed every singing star, and now I stand where once I was, and see, I never really left. I just became. still and deep. It holds the secrets that I keep. It watched me leave, it watched me weep. It watched me cross the endless steep. And now I stand where I began, a different man in the same span. The water asks not who I am, it only knows the same cold jam. It only knows the tide, the pull, the patient and the beautiful. The way a heart can become full by letting itself be null. Null to everything but now, null to everything but how. The only thing that matters now is standing here and making vows. It doesn't replace, the cello doesn't compete, it just joins. The sound of Armenia in the fjords, the sound of grief in the home of I know that sound, it walked with me through mountains I would never see. If I had stayed, it set me free by teaching me what grief could be. And now it comes to greet the dawn. Above the water I was born, the duduk and the cello drawn together on this northern lawn. The cello holds, the duduk weaves, the water underneath receives. The man who left and who believes that leaving was the seed, not leaves. The fjord at dawn, the journey done. I am not one, I am not none. I am the leaving and the whole, but carried weight the wandering bowl. I am the river and the stone. I am the man who stands alone, but not alone. Upon my deck are not a pack, they are the track of everywhere I learned to lack, and everywhere I got back what I never knew I lost. I never knew the cost. I never knew the frost could be the thing that thawed. The village reeks, my mother's face, the places I could not replace, but something in me needs the space between the leaving and the grace. I am not ready to go back, not yet, not while the sky is black, with stars that watch me on the track of every country, every crack. I need a moment with these two, the cello and the duduk true. They are not instruments, they grew into the things I never knew. I needed, no, not needed, they are not for sure. They are the places I can go, and home is somewhere I don't know. They don't need them now, they have each other. Armenia and Norway grief, and ice, wind and storm. He listens, he understands. He didn't bring the duduk home, the duduk brought him home. To this moment, to this water, to this sound. The fjord at dawn is not the same, it has a different name. Now that I came back with the sound of apricot wood, back with the pound of drums that withstood, back with the flow and still can string, back with the slow was it a lifetime? I don't know anymore. I wanted a sound, one sound, the sound that could bend the gods to my will. Listen to them, they don't bend anything, they don't try, they just are. The Pakawaj doesn't ask the mountain to move, it just beats and the mountain hears it and doesn't move, and that's okay. The gods did not bend, they did not attend, they did not pretend to be my friend. They just were like the air, like the stone, like the water, like the drone. They just were, and I just became someone who could sit beside them without asking for anything. The gods did not bend, the gods did not break, the gods did not give. For goodness sake, they just kept being what they've always been, and I kept seeing what I've always been. A man, a sound, a note, a breath, a little bit of light between birth and death, and that's enough, that's more than enough, that's everything. He is it now, all of it, the heartbeat of India, the grief of Armenia, the flow of China, the patience of Persia, the warmth of home. They are not separate, they never were. They are all him now. I came to find a sound that could move the world. I found a world that moved through sound. I came to bend the gods. I found that I was bendable, and the gods, they just watched and waited and welcomed.